And we're live. Welcome to another week of the SoReal Sports Podcast with your host, the CEO slash owner, SoReal Studios LLC, Lamar Segment, and my partner in crime all the time, Reggie Walker, is having technical difficulties. So we're trying to get that situated right now, but as of right now, I'm gonna go ahead and start the show because it is getting kind of late. So I'm just gonna do a little recap of what I did on Friday on my picks. Check and see how did I do. All right, let's get started on UFC picks. First matchup was Taya Tuivasa going up against Harry Hunsucker, and Tuivasa won by knockout. I did pick him to win. He won in the first round, and I told you he was a heavy favorite, so he won. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. Next fight was between Son Kenan taking on Max Griffin. And Max Griffin won his fight by knockout in the first round. And boy, it was a knockout. Quick knockout, too. Got that one right also. Match number 3, in which this was a close one based on the betting odds. Adrian Yanez taking on Gustavo Lopez. I picked Lopez. Lopez lost in the third round by a knockout. So that's 2-1. I'm 2-1 so far. Next fight was between Xian Baez taking on Mazerat Ruiz. Mazerat Ruiz won by unanimous decision. And she was a heavy underdog. I didn't pick her. My fault. That was on me. But she came through and got the victory. So we just gonna say that I took another loss. Now the Gregor Gillespie versus Brad Riddle, that match didn't happen, so I marked that off. We can go to the main fight between Derek Brunson and Kevin Holland, in which I picked Kevin Holland because he said he was going to fuck that boy. And it seems like he must be a bottom because that's how he was during that whole fight, on the bottom. As soon as Derek Brunson took him down, he just couldn't get out of it. Now, he had a good chance in the third round with some good punches, but he didn't finish the job. As soon as Brunson seen that he was good on hand-to-hand combat, he just did what he knew he could win on, and that's taking him down. Kevin Holland talks a lot. He talks a lot. But the thing about it, we want people that talks a lot but can back it up. And he sure didn't back it up this last fight. He definitely didn't back it up this last fight. And that's what cost him. That definitely cost him in this fight. So Derek Brunson won by unanimous decision in the fifth, well, through all 5 rounds. He pretty much won every round because he took him down. He took him down every round, and that's where he got the victory. And that's it for UFC, man. Now, this coming up weekend is a really good matchup. And I want y'all to check that out, and we'll talk more about that on Friday. Let's go to college basketball. March Madness. I warned y'all that it was going to be madness. And yes, it was madness. Not only on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I did pick 5 games. And let's go through those 5 games. Georgetown taking on Colorado, first game. Man, I thought Patrick Ewing was going to be able to come through with a win, and I was highly mistaken. They got blown out by Colorado 96-73. Next one between Drake and USC. Which USC did come through with the victory. I picked USC. They won 72-56. Missouri versus Oklahoma. It was a close one. I did pick Oklahoma. Oklahoma came through with the win. So give Oklahoma that victory. UCLA versus BYU. I picked BYU because I thought that the blue blood teams wasn't going to come through with wins. Most of them didn't, except for UCLA. They did come through with a win. So I picked that one wrong. VCU taking on Oregon, in which the game was postponed due to VCU having COVID symptoms. So that eliminated them from the game. So I called that a tie, even though Oregon did win by uncontested game. I can't take that L. I'm sorry. Just because they caught COVID, you ain't finna give me that L. I'm sorry. Now, March Madness is still going on as of right now. Any upsets so far? Yes, we had. Or did we have any? Yes, we had Oregon beat Iowa. So that was upset. And as of right now, that one and USC taking on Kansas, in which Kansas is getting their ass kicked by USC. So that'll be another upset. Let's move on to the NBA. Very important NBA game in which something bad happened this past weekend. Terrible news. LaMelo Ball is out indefinitely with a right wrist injury. And he was going to be favored to win Rookie of the Year. Now it can easily go to Anthony Edwards from the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's pretty much the bad injury that happened this weekend. Okay. He wasn't on. LeBron James was also hurt this past weekend, in which he got a high ankle sprain, and it's been predicted that he'll be out 3 to 4 weeks. We shall see. But it did look bad, and no, it was not dirty. So let's get to these games. The Hawks versus the Lakers. I did pick the Lakers. Lakers end up losing. But I'm going to count this on LeBron James being hurt in the second quarter, and they ain't have nobody else to help them win that game. That's what I'm going to say. That's the reason why I lost. Let's move on to the next game. The Steph Curry-less Warriors took on the Memphis Grizzlies, in which Memphis did come through with the win, even though Andrew Wiggins and Poole did come through with over 20 points for their team, Golden State. Nobody scored 20 for the Grizzlies, but they did have a balanced team. They had 2 people with 19 in Valanciunas and Brooks. I did predict the Warriors gonna lose that game, and they did exactly that. Let's move on to the next game between the Pelicans and the Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets. I did say that both Zion and Brandon Ingram need to put up 30 in order to win this game. Let's see if I was correct, and I was. Both of them put up 30 exactly in order to get that win, and they got the win beating the Denver Nuggets 113-108. Go to the next game, Lakers versus Suns. Now, I did pick the Suns to win, but I picked them to win having LeBron on the team for the Lakers. It just made it easier that LeBron didn't play because he's hurt. So I got the Suns beating the Lakers. Suns did beat the Lakers by the score of 111-94. Let's move on to the next between the Dallas Mavs and the Trail Blazers. I did say the Blazers did win on Friday, and I said on Sunday that the Mavs would come through and pull off the victory. And they did exactly that, blowing them out 132-92. And that boy, Luka Doncic, balled out, hit his first 8 threes in the game. The whole team hit 19 total compared to just 9 by the Blazers. And yes, that boy balled out, Luka Doncic. 37 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. And that's so I went 4-1. I could have went 5-0 if LeBron wouldn't have got hurt. But 4-1 is pretty good for that one. That's my best one so far. All right, let's go to baseball. Knock 'em out baseball. This past weekend, I said the Rockies versus the Cubs. Cubs won 4-2. Dodgers versus Padres ended up in a tie. So I ain't lose that one. My Braves did beat the Rays 11-1. Yankees versus Blue Jays. Yankees end up winning, so I took an L on that one. Yankees won 8-3. Mets Nationals, in which the Mets did win by a score of 6-2. So I went 3-1-1. That's still good. 3-1-1. All right, last but not least, the NFL free agency predictions. I did say Kenny Golladay was going to go to the Giants based off the rumors. Those rumors turned out to be true, and boy, did he get paid. I think it was let me make sure I get this correct about how much this man got paid. Kenny Golladay got paid this past weekend. The contract is a 4-year, $72 million contract, $40 million guaranteed. Giants picked up a wide receiver. So it's up to Daniel Jones in order to come through with the game for the Giants. There's no excuses. You got Saquon Barkley. You got Kenny Golladay. You still got Evan Ingram. You still got Darius Slayton. You still got Sterling Shepard. You got to win now. There's no excuses. No excuses, Daniel Jones. No excuses whatsoever. You got to come through with the win now. Other signings. Broncos did sign Kyle Fuller. I don't know why the Bears got rid of him. Colts re-signed Xavier Rhodes. The Jets signed Sheldon Rankins, former Saint. I don't know what the Saints got on defense anymore because they losing a lot of players. My Rams did sign Deshaun Jackson. It's a low risk, high reward for that one if he stays healthy. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, the Giants also signed Adoree Jackson, cornerback. Former cornerback of the Tennessee Titans. He ended up signing 3-year, $39 million contract. So I like that. Those are it so far. So Antonio Brown still unsigned. Richard Sherman still unsigned. Melvin Ingram is still unsigned. Jadeveon Clowney still unsigned. So I went 1-0 because the other ones are still pending. And that's it. That's pretty much it for the recap. Let's get to our topics for today. Now, my thoughts on March Madness so far. It's been madness. Been crazy madness. Now, I did say Baylor was going to be, well, on one of my brackets, I had Baylor to be the number 1 seed to lose in the first. I went against my own prediction because I did pick Illinois to be the first team eliminated. I don't know why. That's probably the reason why I don't win many bets, because I go up against my own thoughts and use my second opinion instead of my first one. And when that happens, I tend to lose. So I should have just stuck with my first mind. That's my mistake. Illinois was the first team to go. It was just crazy that, let's see, you got Illinois gone in the second round. You also got, but I did pick Texas to lose in the first round to the HCU, the Albee Christian University. Got that one right. Now, that was a shocker for me. Even though I did pick them, I believed in that pick. I definitely believed in that pick, and it came through for me. So my thoughts so far, no perfect bracket is available right now, and this should be easy. Yeah, I can see why. I can definitely see why there is no perfect brackets left. Because pretty much all these brackets were terrible, man. It was some upsets. But who actually thought that it wouldn't be any upsets like this bad? If you've seen how the season went, you can expect these upsets. You was better off just flipping a coin, heads or tails, and making picks. And you can win off that. You had a better chance winning off that. And that's pretty much what happened with all these brackets, man. You have too many people eliminated already. There's too many people already gone in these brackets. Too many good teams already eliminated from these brackets. So it really ain't that much to say about that. Does it make it more entertaining? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It makes it way more entertaining because you don't have like an easy win from the higher seeds. I mean, from the lower seeds. Higher seeds are able to play and ball out. Loyola Chicago, they still in it. Got many teams that are still in it, in which I ain't think they'll be close to being in it. Oregon's still in it. Loyola Chicago, just discussed that. But my favorite, the team that I picked to win it all, is still in it. And that's Gonzaga. That's all that matters to me. Let's move on to what's my next topic for tonight? My next topic for tonight, since LeBron James is hurt, who should be MVP? As of right now, LeBron James ain't missed enough games to be removed from MVP discussion, but he is projected to miss enough games to be out of the MVP discussion. With that being said, let's get to who should be MVP since LeBron James will be out. Should it be Joel Embiid? No. Joel Embiid will miss too many games also. So he's out. Next, should it be, let's see, Jokic? As of right now, I believe they are the 5th seed. He got a strong chance. To me, he does have a strong chance. But he can't do it being a 5th seed. He got to get up there in the top 3. If he can find a way to make a run to the top 3, especially with the fact that the Lakers will start dropping unless they start winning games. Don't know how would they be able to pull that off. They got the Pelicans, which I should be an L. 76ers should be an L. Cavs, they could win. They could win the Cavs game. The Magics, they could win that game also. But the Bucks, another L. And that'll be the end of March. And then in April, they got the Kings and the Clippers back-to-back. Well, not back-to-back, but back-to-back games. It won't be back-to-back days, just back-to-back games. So Jokic got a chance. What about Giannis? Giannis is currently 3rd. If Giannis can find a way to boost his team to number 1, 3 straight for Giannis. That is crazy. It ain't happened too many times for a player to get MVP 3 straight years. But the way he been doing in the playoffs, it's just so hard to give it to him. We can't just have him be the Peyton Manning of the NBA. Just get these MVPs in the regular season. Then when playoff comes, trash. No, I don't like that. I really don't. But he's up there. He got a chance. He definitely got a chance. What about James Harden? Now, I know people knocking him for what he did to the Rockets. But look at what he's doing for the Nets, especially with KD out. Kyrie finna be out. He said he got some family matters he got to take care of. Even though I did see that his birthday, I got shot. I know. His B-Day is tomorrow. That's neither here nor there. That's not my problem. That's the organization problem. So we're going to let them deal with that. So with that being said, James Harden's still in it. James Harden is still in it. Also, we can say Chris Paul. Chris Paul, it seems like every place he goes, he makes the team better. And he definitely making the Phoenix Suns better because Phoenix Suns had that roster for a long time and they never, they tried to fight in the playoffs last year with the bubble, even though they won every single game. They still didn't have enough, in which I already was wondering about that. Because I already thought that even if they won all their games, they still need teams to lose in order for them to even make it. And it still didn't make it. So with that, Chris Paul got to be in the discussion. Also, Damian Lillard. He's in the discussion. But he's the 6th seed. He got to get that team up to at least 3 or top 2. It's a lot of things that got to fall into place in order for in order for players to win that MVP. And what is strange is that ain't nobody is like a heavy favorite this year. It's a lot of players that still have a chance now that LeBron James is pretty much taken out of the MVP discussion. We shall see. It's anybody's game on winning that MVP. So we shall see on who should win it all and become MVP. So it's yet to be determined. All right, let's get to my segment for tonight. And my segment for tonight is pretty much this. NBA injuries. How do I feel about it? This is how I feel about it. Shit happens. That's pretty much how I feel about it. Now, we don't like that it happens. Kevin Durant is out he's been out, over a month. Joel Embiid got hurt. LeBron James just got hurt. LaMelo Ball just got hurt. Jaren Jackson haven't played all season. Klay Thompson haven't played in 2 years. It's a lot of injuries that happen in the NBA, especially from great players, as which I have just named. But ain't nothing you can do about it. The shit happens. Shit happens. Now, nobody expected LeBron James to be hurt because he's so durable. He hardly ever injured. Last time he was injured was his first year with the Lakers. He had a groin injury. And that put him out for almost a month. Even with that, he still was able to come back. Even though he did not lead his team to the playoffs, he was able to come back. And this was different with how it is now to how it is back in the day. Now, I know Michael Jordan played a lot of games. He played every single game. That's why you have, Karl Malone as the second highest. He's number 2 in the most points scored in NBA history. Because he was able to play a lot of games. And trust me, it's way better defense back in the day than it is now. Because all they do is allow you to shoot in today's game. Back in the day, 90 point, like a 95 to 93 was a very good offensive game back in the day. Now, if you see a 94 to 93, you could tell that they probably was just trash on offense. It ain't got nothing to do with defense. Just the offense wasn't playing good. The lowest team points per game, I believe, goes to the Cavs, and they average 109 points per game. And that's the lowest. That would have been sky high back in the day. I don't know what's going on with the NBA injuries, but overall, I just say, shit happens. Can't get upset about it. You can't get upset about it. All you gotta do is make your adjustments and find out ways to win. With LeBron being out, now they don't have their top 2 players. Now people are going to speak about, well, they was a 3 seed until LeBron got hurt. Now they have no LeBron, no AD. They got to figure it out. You have buyouts coming. You have NBA trade deadline. It's days away. They got to figure it out. You got to figure something out. Find out a way to keep your team afloat until your team players come back. The Nets doing it. The 76ers are doing it. Even though they don't have Joel Embiid, they still find a way to stay number 1 in the Eastern Conference. So even though things like this is happening with injuries, you just got to find a way to win. NBA injuries happen, okay? It happens. Sometimes it happens to the best of them. But you still got to find a way to win. That's all I got to say about that. All right, well, that'll do it for tonight's show. I got to try to get rid of this headache. It's ear problem. I believe it's just a sinus infection, so please, I'm apologizing in advance for how I sound and how everything went. Hopefully I'll get better and be ready for y'all on Wednesday with another episode of the SoReal Sports Podcast. As of now, we'll see y'all later. Y'all be safe. God bless. And see y'all on Wednesday. Holla!